In my eyes, there is no doubt that 50 Shades of Grey is a garbage book. And if I were to give it a star rating, I would give it a 0 out of 5. In fact, it's not worth reading. But I have noticed this particular weird trend. There is this weird trend out there where there is hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people who are reviewing and who are analyzing the 50 Shades books with literary thinking in mind. It's weird because is it relevant anymore? Like, should people be reviewing something like this, which was just meant to be fan fiction, as if it's serious literature? I'm not particularly certain where I stand on this. I don't know what I'm trying to get to. I just opened the camera and it's evident because I tried to write a script for this video and I couldn't write a script. And my hope is that I can just stumble my way out of it and edit it into something coherent. I was planning to make a review of this, and instead I ended up pivoting because I'm like, what am I doing with my life? This is a fan fiction, you monkey, go home. Go to sleep, you absolute idiot. And so what I'm trying to get to is, I am done. I am done with 50 Shades. Even though I think I hate it, even though I think it's a 0 out of 5, I am done reviewing it seriously. And I invite you to actually do the same, because people out there are pretending as if this is the most serious piece of literature and we have to review it accordingly. And it is insane to me. The only actually fair criticism I would say is to analyze its toxic aspects, right? But everything else, I am done. I am done with this thing because I've made the mistake before. I have analyzed this particular book series as if it's serious literature, as if we need to review it like every other book out there. But it's just fan fiction. It's something someone wrote in order to just see their favorite characters, you know, banging and having a wholesome time. I want you to consider this particular example, right? Let's say you love a book. Congratulations, you read it and you love this book so much. There's a second book that comes out and you love that one even more, and you become a hardcore fan of whatever book it is that you just read. But it finishes and then you start writing fan fiction to satisfy the gaping hole, because you know it finished and now there's a gaping hole in your heart. And then what you do is you start reading other fan fiction and you love that fan fiction, and then you start writing your own fan fiction, and guess what? Now something rare happens, something rare that happens once in every generation. Your fan fiction that you wrote for your favorite story, where you just wanted to see your favorite characters f each other, there's literally nothing else to it. You just wanted to see your favorite characters banging the heck out of each other. Guess what? Now there is something rare that happens. It blows up. I'm talking, it goes kaboom. It goes haroom, it goes mad, it explodes. So much so that it is national TV. The fan fiction you wrote is now national TV.
50 Shades of Grey, 100 million copies sold, 52 languages. In 2012, the year the books were published, the author E.L. James was named one of Barbara Walters' the 10 most fascinating people of the year. At the peak of book sales, there were 2 copies of the trilogy selling every second, making it one of the biggest and fastest selling book series ever.
And here's the weird bit, here's the strange bit. What ends up happening is that people start reviewing your fan fiction. They start reviewing your fan fiction as if it's not fan fiction, as if you just didn't want to, you know, as if you wrote this like a serious literature, like a serious piece of literature, and not just to see your favorite characters again and to be in the same story that you have loved for so long. And that is the weirdest thing I've ever seen with the 50 Shades books, because there is an insane cultish obsession with this particular book series out there. People are reviewing every word of it. And in this particular case, when people reviewed in the hypothesis I gave you, like in the hypothetical scenario, when people reviewed your work, it was just a fan fiction. It was just for fun, chill the f down. But you can't say that, because now you are a published author, because guess what? The publishers came into a whole mess, and now your whole shtick, the thing that you worked on, is now published, and there's a lot of people out there who are making money from your story. But then there's hundreds of thousands who are reviewing it. And this happened with 50 Shades of Grey, where it was just a Twilight piece of fan fiction, and then it just blew up. It blew the heck up, and it became national TV news. And here is something I find weird, right? Because I don't really think it's a particularly good story. I don't think it's even worth 1 star. 1 star, like I don't even, because it fails in every regard. But should people be reviewing this? Because it's a low-hanging fruit. We have done the analysis. Everyone has reviewed it. And hey, look, if I go out there and I scream that, you know, the 50 Shades books are terrible, I doubt that for the next 20,000 people, I will find someone who disagrees with me. Most people would agree with me when I say that this particular book series is awful. But people have also done the reviews. They have reviewed this as a literary piece of work. And I find it very odd. By the way, I'm not particularly certain where I sit on this. This is just a conversation I'm trying to have with you. And it is very weird to me that there's like hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people out there who are reviewing this fan fiction as if it was meant to be a serious literature, like The Way of Kings, or like a Game of Thrones, or something like that, like Wheel of Time. It was not really in any attempt trying to be something serious. It was just, hey, I want to see my favorite characters bang each other. And so I'm done, and I invite you to do the same, because this is just fan fiction. And so my belief right now is, don't review fan fiction as if it's actual serious writing. Fan fiction, people write it so that they can have fun with their favorite characters. They do all sorts of weird mashups, and there's a lot of plot holes, and the prose is awful, and there's no structure, there's no pacing, and there are no arcs to speak of. There are few fan fictions out there that are actually great and good. And honestly, from where I stand right now, I am done thinking negatively of the 50 Shades of Grey books. Actually, the only negative thing I have for them right now is how they are very famous, and they portray a particular, a toxic stalker mentality, and they romanticize that. And a lot of young girls are seeing this, and therefore it impacts them negatively. That's the only argument I have against 50 Shades of Grey. It's not meant to be a serious piece of literature. It shows in the first page, it shows in the first paragraph, and I invite you to do the same for the 50 Shades of Grey books. Go watch my last video. That one is probably way more serious and structured, and it has a point, and it strikes that point. But this video has no point. I'm just trying to tell you I was planning to make a review for the 50 Shades of Grey. I have changed my mind, and I have thrown that script away, and now I will never look at 50 Shades of Grey the same. I hope that you enjoyed this. I do daily uploads. Please consider subscribing. Bye bye, and have a nice day.